Hello and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon, this special Purim Friday afternoon. Hag Purim Sameach, happy Purim to you. I hope you're doing well and in good health. I hope you're taking the necessary precautions to keep our community and your loved ones healthy. I'm feeling optimistic and hopeful that we are almost out of this pandemic. I've been saying that for a long time now, but really I'm feeling it now. I'm looking at the numbers. Things are looking a lot better. So keep up the great work, and we should be able to see each other in person in the not too distant future. There are a few really special programs coming up. Please have a look at the flyers listed in Fedmail so that you don't miss out on these terrific programs like the JCC Gala coming up very soon, a few JCC author series and film festival events. We have a wine tasting being sponsored by the Life and Legacy program and our outreach program. There are great things taking place at our congregations. And of course, we have a LEAD program coming up on March 7th that you don't want to miss. I've been talking about that a lot. LEAD is our leadership, education, and development program, helping to cultivate and groom the next generation of leaders and philanthropic leaders and board members in our community. And we're happy to be able to bring that program to you. Thank you to B'nai B'rith. They're not sponsoring this particular event in the series, but B'nai B'rith has generously supported several of our LEAD programs in the past, and they are continuing to do so in the future. So hello to our B'nai B'rith, our friends at B'nai B'rith, and thank you for your sponsorship. So talking about Purim, first of all, I want to thank the Torah Center for inviting me to speak at their wonderful event last night. Sheva, Levi, and Moshe did a really nice job putting on a program in the parking lot at Worcester State, and I thought that was really nice. So thank you for inviting me to speak there. About Purim, now getting past the masks and the costumes and the l'chaims and the hamantashen, at its core, Purim is a really special story. Really, it's actually a quite miraculous story, and one that could have been exceedingly tragic had it not played out the way that it did. If you think about what the story actually entails, it is, first of all, you have Haman, who is a vizier of King Ahasuerus, who in secular history is named Xerxes. And this is the Achaemenid Persian Empire of 2,500 years ago. A vast empire, one of the largest of the ancient world, if not the largest. It encompassed lands all the way from the Hindu Kush, which is basically the border of Pakistan and India, all the way through Africa. And in those days, being that that was essentially the known world, virtually every Jewish person on earth would have lived under the reign of that empire in those days. So when Haman, one of the king's counselors and officials, decreed that all Jews in the empire would have been killed, that would have meant the complete eradication of our people, which of course parallels in many ways what the Nazi regime attempted to do. The Nazi regime ended up exterminating, murdering 2/3 of all European Jews and 1/3 of all Jewry on earth, which is incredibly substantial, and of course why we view the Holocaust as such a tragedy. But going back to the story of Purim, had that happened, there literally would have been no Jewish life left on earth. And had it not been for the miraculous events that we read about in the Megillah, none of us would be here today. So if that's not a cause for celebration and joy and joyousness and remembrance, I don't know what is. And of course, with our tradition, we will continue to celebrate Purim forever. Even after Moshiach comes is the tradition that we talk about. So enjoy this Purim holiday, really celebrate and consider what it means to be Jewish, to support Jewish life, to support our community, particularly during this pandemic. So I want to make a special call out or call to action for members of our community who might not belong to a congregation, who may not belong to the JCC, who may not make a gift to Federation, who may not support Jewish life in the area. Please consider doing so. Now is a great time to do it. All of our institutions and organizations have been challenged by the COVID pandemic. Our families have, of course, been challenged too. So if you're able to, please consider joining one of our congregations. Please consider joining the JCC. Please continue to take part in Jewish life. Please continue to support Jewish Federation. And thank you. Thank you to all of our partners for the generosity, for keeping Jewish life stable, secure, and very much alive in Central Mass. We'll continue to celebrate together, enjoy each other in person in the not too distant future. But in the meantime, stay safe, have a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, and most importantly, celebrate Purim. Hag Purim Sameach. Happy Purim to you. Take care. Bye-bye.